my channel, Angels of Enlightenment. Please like, subscribe, share, comment. Also, please press the notification button so each time I post, you will get notified. Also, check me out my other platforms, my Telegram, my YouTube, my Rumble, here on YouTube. So I had to come on real quick to show you something. Remember I posted something about the treaty of the UN, the WHO. So no, we did not win. They have something else up their sleeve. So I wanted to show you this video. You could check it out. I do have my Rumble account if you would like to check it out. Go ahead, so be so. But I would love to show you what I found today. It's like God speaks to me through other people. It's so odd. Actually, I love it because it feels like I am in that energy that of understanding. So I needed to post this today. So we have 27 minutes and 17 seconds of this video. So please listen carefully on what he's saying. And no, we are not out of the woodworks at all about what's going on with the UN, the WHO, and amongst other candidates that are trying to enslave all of us. So enjoy, and please comment below of your thoughts of what this crazy world is trying to enslave us with. So enjoy, and I will hopefully hear from you guys in the comments. Thanks. All right, let's see what we got. Make sure everything's up. Okay, volumes are up. We're ready? I'm ready. Let's go.
And we're live again, Jan Trogoski. I think this must be the 10th time. Thank you for committing to this video interview in such a short notice. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm tired, but there's no rest for people. So I've got news, and you had a couple of questions for me. So go ahead.
I definitely have some questions. And just a brief introduction. Jan Trogoski, you have been very close following the WHO for a number of years now, and I think you are maybe the one in the world who knows more about what is going on in Geneva and in WHO, even the member nations themselves, and all these whatever people that are running around in this Palais des Nations, as this HQ of WHO is called. The first question I want to ask you, because this has been on Facebook and the news here in Denmark, and probably all other distant places, that the WHO didn't find an agreement on Friday, which means that they are not going to go for a pandemic treaty. Isn't that great? We won. It's over. It's finished.
No.
I thought you would say so.
This is something very different, okay? This is a 10-page treaty that was agreed upon when everyone was celebrating. The World
Which I have right here.
Intellectual Property Organization signed a treaty about the name of it is the World Intellectual Property.
So guys, if you guys don't know, I do have the copy of the Treaty of the WHO. So it's right here. It's right here. Okay. But this one is for the United States. And do you see it says Geneva, 28 September of 2022, and the World Health Organization in Geneva. Okay, and then we have more here. So the document that he has in his hand, I have it. Yes, I did a lot of digging, just like he does. Yeah, it's pretty interesting on what's going on. And look at the person right here, her name. And that's, she's of the Secretariat Office of Global Affairs. Okay, so this is a treaty right here. It's right here. Look at submission of the United States of America proposed amendments to the International Health Organization of 2025. So 2005. So that they've been trying since 2005. So it's been rewritten and rewritten and rewritten. So this is what he's talking about. Everything that's on this paper is everything he is literally talking about. Okay? You can find it yourselves. Actually, I did post it somewhere. I don't remember. But I do have it. It's here. Okay? So what he's talking about is literally trying to save us.
The organization WIPO, Treaty on Intellectual Property, Genetic Resources, and Associated Traditional Knowledge. So, this is the game that they play. Look over there. Be very excited about that. Don't pay any attention to this. I'm obviously being facetious. The document here talks about patent applications. The applicants would be obligated to put in their patent applications where they receive genetic information, or from where they receive genetic material and genetic resources. And so genetic material means any material of plant, animal, microbial, or other origin containing functional units of heredity. So what they just agreed to is a way of tracking where a genetic sequence was obtained. Now, of other origin could mean something from gain-of-function research that is done on a modeling system. They have, in vitro, in vivo, and in silico. This could be, we made a genetic sequence, and if you're going to patent it, you have to state where you got that genetic information from. These negotiations, my understanding, have been going on for like a decade. And isn't it interesting that they agreed to that on the same day that everybody's claiming victory on a different set of negotiations? And the holdup, I did have a document here with a list of things, but I seem to have misplaced it. No, here it is. The reason for the treaty negotiations, for the pandemic treaty, many people have been claiming that, the WHO is trying to take over the world, the WHO is trying to attack your national sovereignty, Tedros Ghebreyesus is going to be, your doctor, he's going to tell your medical profession or your nation how to operate their medical system.
Your doctor is data without being a doctor, yeah.
Right, talking about mandates and lockdowns and, forced requirements and such. Well, I encourage everyone to look at the last version of the so-called agreement. It was Article 24, Paragraph 3, but they moved it to Paragraph 2. So depending on the version that you look at, it says very clearly that the pandemic treaty has got nothing to do with mandates or lockdowns or travel restrictions or any of that sort of stuff. And that's been in there for months. But the distraction has been, they're taking away your sovereignty. They're trying to control your health care. But what they were really attempting to negotiate is a business deal to take billions of dollars, funnel them through various funds to build out the infrastructure of the pharmaceutical hospital emergency industrial complex to have geographically distributed manufacturing. The poor nations basically want investment so that they can profit from all of the manufacture and sale of these pandemic-related products. But the sticking point was intellectual property. Now, I don't know that this document is going to settle that disagreement, but a handful of other people who I'd like to give credit to who have reported on this. Geneva Health Files reported that there were at least 6 reasons why the treaty did not manage to get an agreement or consensus before the assembly. And I'm going to say very clearly, it had nothing to do with anything I ever said or did. It had nothing to do with any of the other people who have been talking about the WHO. Here's the reasons why these negotiations did not come to a final agreement. Number one is they couldn't settle in on the legal status of the pathogen access and benefit sharing system. Is it under the WHO? Is it under the Conference of the Parties? Is it its own separate entity? They weren't able to figure that out. The second issue is something that was massively confused by the public. The area of disagreement is the percentage of the production of products. Now, that got blown up in the press because people in the United Kingdom most specifically said, oh, we don't want the WHO to mandate that we have to give 20% of our jabs or drugs or PPE or pandemic-related products to the WHO. We have to take care of our own people first, right? That's not what this is. That's just a misrepresentation of what this is. Not that I'm standing up for what this is. I think this entire thing is horrific. But what this is talking about is if a nation or a laboratory or a corporation or whomever identifies a genetic sequence and they put that into the pathogen access and benefit sharing system.
If you guys don't know what that is DNA. Okay? They're gonna mess. They want your DNA for a reason. So, pretty interesting. Hopefully you guys are enjoying James. His name is James. So this was really interesting. I had to bring it to you because I do follow him. Not all the time, only when I get these nudges, when I get these pushes to do something, especially a video like this or whatever the case may be. Usually I'll research for hours and hours and hours, just as well as James does. We just don't get our information out of our asses. We just actually sit our asses down and listen to what God says, and we follow the path. So it's not over. It's going to be an uphill battle. He's going to explain more in detail on what they're going to try to do to all of us as sovereign beings, as we all are. So I'm here, and my purpose here is to help you guys, just as well as James is. So we will continue with the video. We will see what else they have in store for us.
And
we have 4 years, guys.
Pharmaceutical company takes that genetic information and makes a product out of it. It would apply to just that product or any other products that are made from the information that came from whatever country found it. And so this is where everybody has it completely upside down. It's not an attack on national sovereignty. If you read in the latest version, Article 3, Paragraph 1, the definition of sovereignty includes biological resources, such as genetic information. So the smaller nations were actually trying to stand up for, in defense of, their national sovereignty by saying, look, we're not going to give you our pathogen information unless you devise a means by which, once we hand it over, there's a legal contract saying that you're going to share some of the benefits with us. That's not an attack on national sovereignty. That's an attack on corporate piracy. That's an attack on corporate colonialism. That's an attack on big pharma profits. They want a piece of the pie. Okay? So the third thing was they were not able to agree to licensing arrangements They want a signed contract. We'll give you this genetic information to make poisons out of, drugs and jabs and tests, but you got to sign on the dotted line. We're not, the poorer nations around the world, they want a piece of the action. Okay? Then the fourth thing that was named as a sticking point in the pandemic treaty negotiations was the administration of a PABS system. Should it be by the WHO? Should it be by the Conference of the Parties? Should there be a separate entity? They actually talked about giving it legal personhood. You know how a person is defined in the law, could be a corporation, could be a human being, could be any kind of an entity. So they weren't able to settle in on that. And the voluntary nature of all of these contracts, the wealthy nations wanted to make it mandatory that the poorer nations would have to give up all of their pathogens, but they didn't want the benefit part to be mandatory. They pretty much wanted to have their cake and eat it too. And then the last one is probably the main point. They couldn't agree on how the potential revenues from such a mechanism would be utilized. They're fighting over the money. Okay, so while everybody is looking over here going, oh, they didn't reach an agreement on the treaty, they reached an agreement at the World Intellectual Properties Organization on the thing that needed to be agreed upon so that there wouldn't be conflict between whatever they might have tried to decide in the pandemic treaty. And so while I do not like, and I try not to predict the future, this is, I'm going to call this plot twist number 1. All right? Nobody saw this one coming. So we're recording this on Sunday, May 26th, and it's evening for you, so maybe you'll get this up whenever you post it. The assembly is supposed to start on Monday, the 27th.
Which is today, guys.
They're supposed to discuss the amendments and the proposed pandemic treaty on Tuesday, but those are committee meetings. Now, they may present an agreed upon set of amendments. They have not made anything public as of Sunday. No documents have been officially posted. They're most likely not going to sign or adopt any kind of treaty, pandemic treaty, because they pretty much said on Friday that they failed to reach an agreement. But it still remains to be seen what they intend to do going forward in the future. It certainly doesn't sound like they're giving up. It sounds like they're running a marathon, and everybody thinks it was a 100-yard dash. People who just found out about this a couple of weeks ago got very much in an uproar, and now, please do not think this is over. This has only just begun, and so stay tuned. To this soap opera of the WHO. If anybody does a search for WHA, World Health Assembly 77, I do believe they will be live streaming their various meetings, and
they say so on the homepage.
Yeah, you can certainly use them as a sedative. They will put you right to sleep. It is difficult to stay awake when you're listening to this bureaucratic gobbledygook. But somewhere buried in there will be something infuriating. On Monday, they're going to be talking about their general program of work and the $7 billion that they need to raise in order to do just...
Did you hear that? $7 billion. So, meaning another pandemic, right? And then our government, our taxpayer dollars actually goes to this garbage. Do you see where the thread is getting thinner and thinner and thinner? And why God put us on the front line to expose the shenanigans? Because it's our money. So we're killing ourselves. We're planning to kill ourselves. We're planning to exile ourselves.
Regular WHO garbage, okay? And so their first priority, and I'll give everybody advance warning, my next project is going to be dealing with climate change, because the WHO's top priority,
and we all know it's garbage,
the health ramifications of climate change. Mm-hmm. So that's just one lie piled on top of another. You get 2 for 1 with that. Okay, the WHO's solution for the health problems caused by climate change is going to be their top priority over the next 4 years, because the Sustainable Development Goals have gone backwards during COVID. All of the health-related goals of improving health on all these many different aspects, strangely enough, suffered through the lockdowns and all of the trauma of the last 4.5 years. So, their solutions to the COVID problem have made people less healthy overall. All of the lockdowns and the restrictions and the stress and so forth. So they need money.
Hey, that way, what's going on, man? I didn't think, I kind of felt your energy, but I was like, he's very busy, but I'm kind of glad he came on. For June 2nd, that's what you're picking up, something big for June 2nd. It could be, could be. I hope you're enjoying it, because I was like, oh my goodness, this is ridiculous, but let's continue.
To get the Sustainable Development Goals back on track. And so I call it begging for billions. They're having, they're called, they don't refer to it as donations. They encourage the nations and non-government organizations, foundations and stuff to invest in the WHO. And they claim in their documents that nations that it.
So if anybody doesn't know, I came on today to expose what's going on with the WHO, the UN, and with the pandemic treaty, which I have right here in front of me. You guys could go do your own research. It's right here. It's for the United States, what they're planning to do with us. So I do a lot of research on my own time. Also, I am a tarot reader. Energy reader, not a tarot reader, energy reader. So this is the energy that I've been picking up, and I'm glad that I found it because it correlates with what the video is on right now. So if you guys don't know why I'm posting, this is the reason why I'm posting. That way knows a lot about what's going on too. He's one of my moderators. He could keep you up to speed a little bit if he would like to. But we're going to continue.
Invest in the WHO. Get a 35-to-1 return on their investment in better health. At this point in time today, the best thing I can tell people to do is pay attention to what's going on. I don't know if they have a saying in your country, if you've heard.
You're welcome.
Here they say, it isn't over until the fat lady sings. Okay. Well, I haven't heard any fat ladies singing yet. It's not over. It's an interesting thing that the negotiations failed to reach an agreement before the World Health Assembly. But in no way, shape, or form does that mean that they've given up and they're going to stop trying. So for people in the United States, enjoy your holiday weekend. But we'll be right back at it on Monday, because the WHO is still going to, I would imagine, they're going to do something to continue to try to reach an agreement, either on the amendments or on the pandemic treaty or agreement, or all of their efforts to implement the health-related sustainable development goals that are part of Agenda 2030 and all of the SDGs.
So it's a power grab, it's a struggle for equity between the poor and the stronger and more wealthy nations. And also it's got to do with property and intellectual property. Come here, James. Just explain what WIPO, this World Intellectual Property Organization, has got to do, and how you got aware of this, because it's not a WHO organization, or what's the?
Correct. It's an independent international organization. Similar in scope. I believe all the member nations of the United Nations are members of WIPO, and these negotiations have been going on for quite some time. The timing of this agreement and the silence, in general of conversation about it, it's been in the background. A friend of mine, mentioned it to me. That's how I first found out about it. I knew that negotiations were going on. And on Friday, they dropped a 10-page document. It's always the case that, they're slippery. Just when you think you got them, you're over here, but they're over there. And so all of the discussion, thank you, all of the discussion, there you go. Got to look up the member states. Wonderful. Yeah. Pretty much everybody on the planet. Okay, so the same idea.
You see, right? This?
Do you know,
guys? You see all those members? It's everywhere. Everybody. It's crazy. 193 member states. That's crazy.
Who was representing your nation at these negotiations? Is this agreement going to be ratified by your head of state? Are they just going to sign it? Was there any public discussion about all of this information? So this is where people get, I think, confused and misled. All of our nations sent a delegate to these negotiations and expressed their sovereign authority in negotiations that have been going on for years. And they decided that they got a document that, at first glance, there's something going on in this document that I think people really need to pay attention to, because it certainly doesn't feel to me like it's finished. It feels like it was rushed through, even to the point where they failed to put the definition of terms in alphabetical order. Okay? Seems like somebody was in a hurry. All right? Is your parliament going to debate this? Is the news media going to present this as anything that anybody's going to comprehend? The problem is not one of national sovereignty. The problem is that our own governments do whatever the heck it is they want to do without even engaging the will of the people. And the people need to start stepping up,
exactly,
and speaking up and standing up against bureaucrats making decisions without the input from we the people. And this is just yet another example of it.
Yeah.
And so
it's so great.
You see the number here, right?
To keep your holistic views on things, because otherwise it would be very easy to slip this bit of information through all the communication and all the information that we receive on a daily basis. But as you are actually painting this picture, that there's a global organizations which together form a sort of some people would say maybe monster that is not really it's not really people sitting making the decisions based on democratic values, and we know for a fact, because you have been doing it and I've been doing it as well, because you have encouraged people to do it, follow these meetings, these semi-secret meetings that are going on when the WHO is meeting. So we think like we have a World Health Organization where it's transparent because they are live streaming from the conferences they're holding. But when they fail to reach agreements on the meetings, they just shut down the cameras, and then they go in behind curtains and take decisions. And it's very invisible for us what kind of decision it is they're taking. And you're just pointing out the point here with another treaty being actually seems to be about to be finished off, while something else missed the timeline, and we're all going, oh, look at that, it's not going so well for the WHO, but in reality it's going well for the UN, and WHO is a UN organization.
So I encourage people to give me a phone call if you have any questions. My number is 310-619-3055. You can reach me through Signal or Telegram or WhatsApp. Send me a text message. I'm in California, so the United States country code, probably +1 for you. I'll be publishing an article about this. Hopefully you'll get this video up and I can include it. It's a soap opera on one level. It's more entertaining and intriguing than anything that might be on television, because it actually is real life. But you got to work at it.
I will include your number and your link, James Goski, and I'll encourage anybody to sign up for the newsletter that you're sending out on the Substack media. It's free, and you are very to the point, and I think it's very short and good. A lot of the newsletters that you send out, and it makes it easy to understand, even with a Danish background where English is not the first language. So thank you so much. But before I let you go, James, I would like to get your point on another thing, because as you can see on the shared screen here, there's a demonstration.
I think you're still sharing an older screen. You might want to
okay.
Share a different one.
Yeah. Try again. Did that help?
Yeah, I think that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
There's going to be
on Saturday in Geneva in front of the WHO.
Wow, you see all those people?
Which is called Palais.
Look, America. I don't know what's his name, but
just by the lake.
1 American, 2 American, 3 American, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 people, 8. There's 8 people in America supporting this garbage. Oh no, they're not. Okay, sorry. That's my misunderstanding.
I always encourage everyone
Sorry, guys.
to take whatever action they can.
I got so excited. I'm like, oh my God.
I'm not going to be headed to Geneva. I'm going to be.
So a lot of these are sticking up for us. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
can be easier for people.
6,
it's possible for you to get on a train and
7, 8, 9,
go to Geneva
10,
for
11.
2,
No, there's
3
11
days,
Americans.
and participate in it. I think everybody always should stand up and be counted. You never know who you might meet and get to know and form a connection. So by all means, share that information. Part of the idea is what we need to do is look to the future. And I've been saying for 6 months, at the very least to myself, I want to get out of the who and on with the new.
Exactly.
And so anybody interested in working towards a better path forward, by all means, give me a call about that as well.
Thank you, James. And thank you so much for once again joining a call here. And I hope the people viewing this will go in and sign up for the newsletter. And also, I am traveling to Geneva myself, and I hope we will gather a good contingent, a group of Danes that will represent the Danish concerns in Geneva on Saturday. I will travel down on Friday and home again on Sunday. Thank you so much, James.
Thank you for having me.
So guys, how did you enjoy that? Hey, that way, what are your comments? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? I would love to hear your guys' thoughts about the video that I just posted. So if you guys would like It's roadtogeneva.com. We're not in England, so I can't go. But so what do you guys think? Any thoughts? Yeah, isn't it? So that way, it was crazy because I woke up this morning and I was like, I was cleaning and whatever, and then something told me to go on Rumble. So I go on and I'm like, okay. And then I was seeing some of the video before I came on, and I was like, oh man, I gotta show everybody this because like this is really important because I just looked up that we won. And then something told me no. So I'm glad that I came across this video because I just had this gut feeling. You know when you have this gut feeling like something is not right? Um, and that's what I felt this morning. And I came into this video, I ran into this video, and I'm glad that I got to share with you guys. This is really important. It's you see how many how many like are involved. It's just so crazy what they want to do to all of us. So anything else that way? Anything else you have to say? Because I'm gonna probably be heading out, not leaving, but I got stuff to do today. I'm gonna actually do some more digging. I don't know about you guys. Actually, I think I'm gonna give him a call. And that's what I would love to do. And do like a shared screen and let him speak and his thoughts more in detailed. Just like a one-on-one. It would be pretty cool to interview him. It would be awesome to interview him. I'll tell you that much. So, okay, I guess no. So you were looking at Steve Fitcher 22 channel. That I was just saying that and you posted that. That's hilarious. So are they talking like exactly alike that way? I'm just is it like correlating with what I'm picking up? I just want to know. Because obviously you're saying that Stephen Fitcher 222 channel is pretty much on point, so. But I'll keep you guys posted. Today they're supposed to meet today. So today's Monday the 27th, and then they're going to meet tomorrow, which it's only committee meetings, but I'm pretty interested in what they're going to say. So I might actually go onto their website and check it out. No, I haven't listened to that. No, I haven't. Actually, I'm gonna look up the channel that he told me to because today is, but I don't know. They might be starting soon because I don't know what time Geneva's hours are. I think they're 3 hours behind. I'm not sure. But I'm gonna have to check their website because they're gonna be live today and they're gonna be live tomorrow. So I'm pretty interested. Yeah, because remember election season and everybody's counting on the United States. So this has to be looked at because it just has to. Actually, let's see if we can find it right now since we're on. I forgot what channel he said. So I'm gonna have to probably come back on and look for it. Wait. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, never mind. Never mind. So yeah, it's been yeah. There is something crazy, yeah. It's crazy. But all right, guys, thank you for joining my live. I will be keeping you guys updated some more. Stay tuned. This is one that I definitely am really interested in. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be really, really interesting. But God bless you all. Have a great Memorial Day. Enjoy your Monday. And if you know a veteran and they need help, help them. Thank you to all of you guys that have served our country, that has fought hard for our country. Thank you for everything that you have done. And we as Americans will keep on continuously fighting for the freedom of all and standing up for what is right and what is wrong. So God bless you. Have a great day. And I send you all love in the world. Protect your energy at all costs. The energy has been very intense. I'm not going to lie. Just stay grounded, go outside, go by water if need be. Just try to ground this energy that's coming in because it's really, really intense. But I'm there with you. I understand. I support you just as well as you guys support me. I send you all love in the world. And let's continue to lift up the vibration of the planet and also have awareness of what's going on. Remember, do not be distracted, especially at this time. Do not get distracted. That's what you got. That's what they want. And we're not going to let them. Because remember, this is our planet, not theirs. We all came for a reason, for a purpose. I didn't really understand my purpose. I didn't understand what I can do with my gifts and what I can share. So I'm glad that God put me here on this path to gain the voice, not just for myself, but for my children. And not just for my children, for my children's children, and for all of our children and our great-grandchildren's. Because remember, this is their land. The next generation is going to take care of this land. So that's our mission, is to preserve what we have. Our trees, our air, humanity. So I send you all love in the world. God bless. And thank you for sharing your energy, and thank you for letting me be a part of your journey, and thank you for being a part of mine. And I will catch you soon. I can't even talk. So I'll catch you guys soon. Bye.